Peace and blessings, beautiful soul. We are back. We have taken a hiatus, as you can see, and now I am well rested. And every now and then I have to get rejuvenated and self-care. It's about self-care. But I'm back and I'm excited about 2017. And I'm excited about the new horizons, new goals, all the newness. But even more than that, what's really important is finishing strong. Looking back over the year, and it's been a rough 2016. 2016 has challenged us, confronted us, and changed us. Mentally, spiritually, psychologically, emotionally, physically. And that's a good thing. We need those years that kind of whoop our asses, because that's what gets you to better. It's not the years where life pats you on the ass and coaxes you through, and it's those years that really force you to think and force you to grow and force you to come up with new solutions and doing things different, because what has been done is no longer working. And so I'm thankful. I don't know about you, but I'm grateful for challenge and I'm grateful for change. But I am really excited about 2017. And today I am talking to you about relentless focus. And that is going to be the theme for 2017. The beginning of 2016, I talked about more commas in 2016, but 2017 is the year of relentless focus. And I don't know about you, but nothing worth doing, nothing worth having, nothing worth achieving can be gotten or received or obtained or earned without relentless focus. And so I say to you, whatever it is you're trying to do, whether you're trying to open a business, whether you're just trying to achieve more goals, whether you're trying to have a child, get married, whether you're trying to own a home, or you're trying to travel the world, whatever your goals are, whatever your aspirations are, whatever your purpose is that you're striving towards, I say to you, put relentless focus on the top of your list, on the top of your bucket list, on the top of your goals, at the foot of your life, at the foot of your journey, because that is what's going to give you the concentration, and that is what's going to give you the edge to make it happen. We all are at different places in life. We're all at different areas in our journeys, but wherever you are will require relentless focus. Some things that you're gonna have to start doing. This is 2016. We are now moving into 2017. We are officially full-blown into the age of Aquarius. We are in the idea economy. We are living in a day and age where millennials and children are starting businesses and online businesses and e-commerce, earning more money than their parents and grandparents and great-grandparents could have ever even imagined. And I say all the time, I always joke with my friends and family, I was raised by a Virgo woman. All I ever saw was hard work, hustle, and grind. I was raised by entrepreneurs. I was raised by strong, hard-working ass women. And so that's all I know. I don't even know anything else. And for you, maybe your journey was different. Maybe you're made up of something different. But whatever you're made up of, you have to understand this. We have moved into an era and a day and age where the shit you used to be able to get away with, you can no longer get away with. I joke all the time. I'm so thankful when I did my dirt when I was younger, because we all did our dirt. That's why I don't judge people. You can't judge people because we've all done our dirt. We've all done dumb shit. We've all had those years where we were stupid. We've all been in those relationships where we played the fool, where we were just dummies. But I'm so grateful and thankful that I did all my dirt during a time when you can't Google somebody's mugshots, But my point being is, we live in a day and age where there is no reason, no excuse for you to be broke. There is no reason, no excuse for you to be falling off. It's no excuse and no reason for you to be fat and full of shit and not achieving and doing big things and making it happen. It's no reason, because with the internet, nobody should be dumb. With the tip of your finger, you have access to all-knowing wisdom. You can Google anything. You can learn a new language. You can learn how to play an instrument. You can damn near get an Ivy League education through YouTube tutorials and a library card alone. We're not even talking about online schools like Coursera and things of that nature. But there is no reason to be stuck in 2017, moving into a new era. The era of relentless focus. But it's going to require some things of you. And so I'm saying to you, these are some of my suggestions. And I'm going to make this real sweet and real cute. I'm going to keep it real cute and short on this podcast, because I want to save all my fire for some future episodes. For those who've never listened to me, again, I am Brandi L. Bates. You can find me on Twitter at Soledad Francis. If you read fiction, pick up my book, Soledad. If you enjoy self-help, nonfiction, you have to pick up The Art of Grind by myself and Imani Allen. Speaking of which, I have some books for you guys that I'm reading right now that I would highly recommend, highly suggest you read. Excellent books. I'm going to list those in just a second. But some things that you have to start doing in this era and age and year of relentless focus is you have to, number one, you have to start drinking more water. You have to. I won't name any names, but there's someone close to me who I know very well and who knows me very well. And I'm always telling them, drink some water. And I mean, no matter what it is. And they're like, you sound like my grandma. You sound like my mom. I got a knee ache. I'm like, drink more water. I'm constipated. Drink more water. I'm having headaches. I got a migraine. Drink more water. I'm sore. Drink more water. I don't care what you're going through. We're going to focus on health and wealth and happiness and all those wonderful things. But you are nothing if your body temple is sick, is weak. It's kind of like you could be wonderfully well paid and well endowed and beautiful. But if your feet hurt, or if your feet hurt, or if you have a toothache, nothing is worth anything, If your feet hurt, or if you have a toothache, you can't even enjoy shit. You can't enjoy anything you eat or drink. And if your feet hurt, you're just mad at the world, right? And so I say that to kind of say, water is kind of the nucleus. We forget that our bodies are made up of over 85% water, H2O, folks. And so you have to start drinking more water. And for those who say, well, I don't like water, I don't like the way it tastes, it doesn't have a taste, it's boring, it's tofu, it's vanilla, I don't care. But again, we're moving into 2017, and if you're not drinking 8 to 10 to 12 glasses of water a day, you've lost. You have to stay hydrated. And you'll see later on down the line why I say that. I'm going to talk a little bit more about that later on down the line. But for now, get yourself A gallon of water every single day. A gallon of water. If you can, get you some alkaline, some Essentia, 9.5, 7.0 pH and above water, H2O, and guzzle it like your life depends on it. Because literally, your life depends on it. You got to start drinking more water. I love the little challenge that takes the gallon of water and they write on the gallon. And you say at 9 o'clock I should have drank this much. At 12 noon I should have drank this much. At 3 o'clock p.m. I should have drank that much. At 6 p.m. I should drink this much. Do whatever tricks and games and challenges you need, but drink your water. Get a gallon of water every day, and the goal should be to finish that gallon of water. If you are pregnant sisters, you have to be drinking water. If you have any sickness, any disease, any virus, if you're trying to overcome anything that's uncomfortable, diabetes, no matter what it is, obesity, you need to be drinking water. Whatever your situation is, 9 times out of 10, water will alleviate most of your issue. Sure, you'll have to use the restroom a little bit more, but your body is getting what it needs. But as I was saying, get you a gallon of water. For those who don't like the taste of water, put fruit in it and turn it into, a fruit infused water. Some excellent combinations are apples and cinnamon. You can put a couple of sticks of cinnamon and chop up some apples or wedges of apple and cut it up and put it in your water, and it tastes absolutely delicious. Absolutely. You could do blueberry and mint leaf, or you can do limes and tangerine. Gives it a real sweet and sour, little kick to it, but it tastes delicious. You can put strawberries and fennel, or strawberries and some type of herb like a cilantro or a mint leaf. Makes it really sweet and fragrant and aromatic, and it turns it actually alkaline, and it helps you to finish that water. I'm telling you guys, you start drinking more water every day, you're gonna feel it. You're gonna lose more weight. A lot of times when you think you're hungry, you're really dehydrated, and you'd be surprised how less food, less junk you consume when your body is hydrated. So drink a lot of more water. Bottom line, we got to start eating breakfast. Whether you're a vegan, vegetarian, raw vegan, whether you eat pork and hog and hippopotamus ass, it doesn't matter. I'm not here to judge you. But whatever you eat, whatever your diet consists of, whether you're paleo or you're eating clean or you just don't care, you got to start eating breakfast. Because understand that whether you sleep 6 hours a night, 4 hours a night, 2 hours a night, or 8 hours a night, you should be sleeping 8 to 10 hours a night, because certain growth hormones and things are produced while you sleep. Melatonin is produced while you sleep. Various hormones, you're basically being recharged. Your body is just like your phone and your device, your iPad. All those things need to be rebooted and recharged. Your body needs to be rebooted and recharged each night. And it's best to wake up and break that fast. Think about if you ate dinner at 9 or 10, or whether you ate, at 6 or 7, and you go to sleep and you wake up the next day at 7 or 6 o'clock in the morning, and you think about how long you fasted and you haven't eaten anything. And so then if you wait another 3 or 4 hours before you eat, you're doing your body a disservice. So folks, we got to get back to the old school breakfast of champions, because it truly is one of the most important meals of the day. We know for a fact those who eat breakfast are less likely to be obese. Children who eat breakfast, They perform better in school. They do better on tests and exams. If you're a student, I promise you, if you're eating a healthy breakfast, you're going to do better in school. You're going to do better on your job. You're going to feel better. Some of you turn into raging assholes because your blood sugar is too low and you need to eat. So we got to get back to eating a breakfast. Healthy breakfast, folks, with fruit and smoothies. I don't care if you like your shrimp and grits and you like your pancakes, your short stacks, you like your French toast, you like your bacon and eggs. Whatever you are into, make sure you're eating a breakfast. All right? And drinking a lot of water. We got to get back to the basics and eating more fruits and vegetables. Every single day, your body needs natural, organic food that comes from the earth. Food that was grown on a tree. Food that was grown on a vine. Fruits, vegetables of a variety. You want to eat fruits and vegetables of the whole rainbow. Red fruits, apples, orange fruits and vegetables, oranges, apricots, carrots. You want to eat yellow, bananas, squash, whatever's in season. You want to eat greens every single day. You got to have greens, whether it's kale, whether it's green apple or cucumber or celery, whether you juice it, make it into a smoothie, whether you're drinking your wheatgrass shots. We're going into 2017, folks, and you cannot conquer the world or any of your goals. You can't smash anything if you're not well nourished. So we just have to get back to the basics, basic apple a day type shit. You really have to master the basics and the fundamentals. Anyone of any great sport or any anything, whether it's sports or a pastime or a hobby, you have to master the fundamentals before you can go to the next level. And so many times, and I've been guilty of it in the past. Just the other day, I was grinding so hard, I looked up and it was like 10 o'clock at night, and I was like, wow, I hadn't even eaten. I was working so hard and feverishly that literally all I had was like a cup of coffee, some tea. I think I might have had a few mandarins, but I really hadn't eaten. And I know that's easy. It's easy to happen if you're busy, but we have to do better. We have to take care of ourselves, just to keep it real. And I hate to be somber, but sometimes I have to be somber because I have to bring it home to you. Everybody is not going to see all of 2017. I repeat, everyone listening to this is not going to see or experience the end of 2017. Some of us, we take life for granted, and you are not promised tomorrow. You damn sure are not promised next year. You're not promised 2 years from now. You're not promised next month. So do the little bit that you have control over. If you are struck by a vehicle, you can't control that. If you're struck by lightning, you cannot control that. But you can control your energy by eating right, drinking more water, clean, alkaline, filtered water every day, eating a healthy breakfast, eating natural foods that are meant for your body temple. You can control that. And so I'm just here to remind you to tighten up on your shit, because we have been falling off. We really have. And I look at some of the things we take for granted, and we value our cars. We value our wardrobes. We value our homes. We value what we look like on our selfies, but we don't value the temple, the vehicle that carries you through this life. And so we just, we have to do better. You got to start going for walks. You have to swim. You have to bike, cycle. We got to get active. It's really difficult to maintain relentless focus day in and day out, especially for the number of hours you have to maintain, especially if you're an entrepreneur or if you're a student, you're working on your PhD, you're working on your doctorate, you're working on your JD. Shout out to everybody working on their business degree in business school. Whatever you're doing, even if you're just a single mom getting up, going to work every damn day, driving the kids to school and the daycare, getting to work, picking them up, going to the grocery store, then you got to go home, cook dinner. I know, trust me, I've been there. Whatever your journey is, bottom line is it requires a lot of energy. And so we have to get back active. If you're already active, wonderful. I commend you. Myself personally, I subscribe to a new magazine. I now have subscribed to Runner's World. Shout out to everybody who reads Runner's World. It's the bomb. But I've started running. And, get you a partner, get you a buddy, get you somebody that's going to keep you encouraged, your husband or your wife or your bestie or your BFF or your bae, whatever, whoever can encourage you and keep you strong and keep you focused on staying active. Because sometimes, we get so caught up in the day-to-day, we forget to just get up and move the body. And you may not have a full-fledged LA Fitness or Crunch or, a gym membership, but I promise you can run around the neighborhood, or you can walk around the neighborhood. You can walk around the block. You could go to the beach and walk in the sand. You can go hiking at your local park. Wherever you live, if you live on the coast, go to the beach, swim in the ocean. If you live near the forest or you live near the trees, go hiking. If you live near a mountain or a hill, go walk that mountain, go walk that hill. If you live in a urban area, walk around the neighborhood, walk around the suburbs, walk around your subdivision, walk with your kids, ride the bike with your kids, go roller skating with your kids. But we got to get active, and we got to get active and stay active and be active daily, because that's going to give you the energy when you combine that with you drinking more water, you're eating right. I'm not going to sit here and tell you go vegan, vegetarian, when realistically that's not something that feels comfortable for you, but you have to definitely be active. We have become a sedentary centered or sedentary centric society. We spend 9, 10, 12 hours on our ass in front of screens and beneath fluorescent lighting, and that's unnatural. So we got to get up and move our bodies. I really adore those people who've gotten the treadmills, and they do their work on the treadmill. They have the treadmills that have, the keyboard connected to it, and those who have those new desks that you can stand up at. I love it. I think it's fabulous, and I'm trying to get on that level. But for those of us who, we haven't quite reached that level, we got to keep ourselves encouraged and staying active. We got to start going to bed earlier. Why? Again, because certain hormones are only produced while we are asleep. First. Secondly, especially people of color, understand that there is a concept, if you are not familiar with, called your biorhythms, right? And so what happens is, although you may live in a society where you think it's okay and cool to be up all night, midnight, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, rock, right? But you are still you are still built of, and you consist of, get this, you consist of the genetics and the DNA of your ancestors. Okay? And so what that means is certain hours during the day, your body produces certain hormones, and other hours of the day, it doesn't. And what happens is when you don't get in that amount of time, when you have to rise with the sun and you have to go to sleep and lay it down with the sun. So when the sun sets, that is supposed to prompt your body to start shutting down. You may lay down and read a book and relax, or meditate, or listen to music. But you have to start powering down, because certain hormones are produced during that time and only during that time. So we have to start going to bed earlier. Later on, I'm going to touch more on the specifics behind that, but I'm just lightly touching some concepts right now. But we have to start getting in bed a lot earlier. I don't care if you're 21. I don't care if you're 41. This pertains to us all. You have to start giving your body the time it requires to fully recharge so you can have relentless focus, right? And stop thinking negative thoughts about yourself and about others. Stop following what Fox News has to say and CNN and World News, and stop reading all the shit that they're telling you as to why you should hate this one or hate that one, and get up in arms about this and protest that. Because at the end of the day, I promise you, you're gonna look back on 2016 and 2017, and when it's 10 years from now, 15 years from now, 20 years from now, you are not gonna care or give two shits about the little specific minutia, mundane current events that happen. What's gonna matter is, did you achieve your goals? Did you raise your children the way you wanted to raise them, or did you take care of yourself? Did you nurture yourself? Because what you do now is gonna affect your health and wellness and livelihood and mental state and psychological state and spiritual mindedness. It's gonna affect it 10 years from now, what you do today. So don't even get caught up in the shit that they give us, because understand, half of this shit is manufactured to get you to react in a certain way. Okay? And understand, if you're thinking globally and you're thinking about large concepts, people who think about large concepts, two things you don't get caught up on when you think about large concepts. When you think about large concepts, you don't think about little local shit that doesn't matter and that you don't have control over anyway. And you don't think about people. You don't talk about people. You don't gossip about people. Do yourself a favor. Release people who gossip. And if you are someone who gossips, you need to check yourself, because it's greater shit going on in the world. And you are capable and expected to do greater things than gossip. It's fruitless, really. It produces nothing. And it requires very little intellect. It requires very little know-how. It requires actually no type of skill to sit up and gossip and watch the news and see what's trending and pop off and get upset and get controlled and swayed by those types of things. So all the negativity has to cease, because there is no way for you to stay relentlessly focused on anything if Monday you're worried about this, and Tuesday you're worried about what Trump did, and Thursday you're worried about what Russia's gonna do, and Friday you're worried about and concerned about and up in arms about the latest police brutality. Those things have been happening. They're gonna continue to happen. But unless you are prepared to go to war and really do something groundbreaking and really world changing, getting up in arms about it isn't gonna help your cause or help you. Life is gonna go on. So again, until you're prepared to really do some groundbreaking shit, which is gonna require, again, relentless focus anyway, don't get caught up in the minutiae. Enjoy the little things. The little things in life, believe it or not, when you're older, when you look back on shit, you look at the little things, believe it or not. And whatever the little things are for you, because the little things for me may not be the little things for you, and vice versa. So I'm not going to insert my opinion on what the little things are for you. But you know what the little things are. You know, for me, it's enjoying a cup of tea or a cup of coffee with someone that I care about. Reading a really good, outstanding, well-written book. Traveling, road tripping, enjoying a beautiful day, sitting outside on a warm day, watching the sunset. Those are little things that believe it or not, they go a long way. And wrapping it up, make sure you're listening and filling your ear with peaceful things. So often we listen to so much negativity, negative energy just coming from every which way. Negative energy on the radio, negative news on TV, negativity in our neighborhoods, negativity on the political front, negativity between family members, and so little time do we give our ear to peaceful, beautiful things, beautiful music, beautiful film, beautiful art, you know, whatever that is for you. We got to stop judging people and judging ourselves. Stop judging yourself. What I mean to say is stop comparing yourself to others. Don't compare yourself. Don't compare your house to his house or her house. Don't compare your marriage or your relationship to their relationship. I hate when I see people say #relationship goals. You don't know what's going on with those people behind closed doors. Don't you understand? Nothing is ever as it seems. Nothing is ever as it seems. So many married people, they want to be single so bad. And so many single people, they want to be married. People who are unattached, they want to be in relationships so bad. And people who are in relationship are dying to get out. It's just so funny. No one ever wants to be or accept or be happy with where they are. But don't compare yourself. Don't look at your friends from high school and college and look at their Facebook page and look at their Instagram and their Snapchat, and you're looking at what they're doing and what they're driving and how they're dressing and where they're traveling. That's their journey. And you are living your journey. And lastly, what you need to maintain relentless focus is to remember that all the efforts you're making right now, they're going to pay off. And think about what you're made of. Think about your ancestors. Whether your ancestors are Irish or African, from Nigeria, from West Africa, from London, from Bangladesh, from India, from Indonesia. Remember what you're made of. What you are built of. Remember who you come from. And so many times, I have to remind people, you come from warriors. A lot of us, we can't trace our lineage or our ancestors, our ancestral heritage back past 2 or 3 generations. But if you can, trace your lineage, trace your ancestral heritage, just so you can get centered and get really focused and put things into perspective on what you're made of. And understand, I say it all the time, you are You are the latest and the greatest operating system of your kind, of your heritage, of your lineage. You're the latest iPhone. You're the latest model. You're the latest Tesla. You're the latest. And your children and their children will be even better models than you. But what does that mean? You've probably stunted your own vision. You've probably stunted your own image of yourself. You come from people who have overcome. You had to, because you're here. You come from people who survived starvation, who survived famine, who survived plague, who survived disease and drought. You come from people who've traveled across the 7 seas. You are made up of that. You are built of that. Every fabric and fiber in your being comes from giants. You had to. If you're here today, if you were a lesser person, you wouldn't be surviving. So I say that to say, you have to always remember what you're built of and continue to build yourself and maintain relentless focus. Peace. I'll see you next week. And before I sign out, I want you to pick up The Science of Success by Dr. Napoleon Hill. The Science of Success. Jon Acuff's Do Over. It's Rescue Monday, Reinvent Your Work and Never Get Stuck. Do Over by Jon Acuff. Deep Work by Cal Newport, author of So Good They Can't Ignore You. Again, Deep Work, Rules for Focused Success in a Distracted World by Cal Newport. And this phenomenal autobiography by Pharrell Williams called Blurring the Lines. For all you artists, producers, painters, you're into the culinary arts, you're into music, you're into production, you gotta read this, you gotta cop it. It's wonderful. It's gonna change the game for you and keep you encouraged. Relentless focus. I'll see you next week. Peace.